Good evening, everyone. Aha! Good evening. It's the Quarantine Concert Series, baby. We're back. We are back. I'm your host, Kavir Segal. I'm coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. My parents' place. I want to thank my parents for having me here. They're sleeping upstairs, but again, hi, Mom and Dad. Big week for this household. My dad published his autobiography, his book. Check this out. This is the Close the Loop. He taught me to always close the loop and follow up with people and just finish. So you can check out the book Close the Loop. It's an American dream story. So I thought the only book I'm going to promote is my dad's book. So I really do need to get a quarantine book series going so I can interview him. But congratulations, Dad, on your book. Hope everyone enjoys his American dream story. And that is that. Speaking of parents, some breaking news. This Sunday is Mother's Day, and we will have a special guest this Sunday. My mother will be co-hosting the Quarantine Concert Series with me. So you get two Segals, my mom and me, for the price of, oh wait, this is free. So it's going to be great. My mom is going to be hosting Lauren Henderson with me. Make sure to tune in for that. Not going to want to miss it. All right. So what are we doing? The concerts have gone away. I got all these emails from my friends that the gigs have been canceled. And so we started this concert series. This is concert number 67. 67 in like 52 consecutive days. We are binge hosting shows. Binge hosting. I don't recommend it because basically 5 hours of your day are taken up with sound checks and dealing with people and just, putting graphics together. But it's been a fun time working with our wonderful team, Sandra and Camilo. And this concert series is all about putting the spotlight on the artists. These are the people who keep us inspired and motivated and encouraged throughout the year. So we thought, why not share this platform and keep them encouraged, because this is all about supporting people in the arts and helping the creative economy. So the other day, I wrote a column for Market Watch. It was called Be a Patron for Artists. And there it is, become a patron for the arts to help the U.S. economy get back to work. So what can you do to support artists? You can buy the music. You can stream the music. You can go on Patreon, make a donation. You can buy lead sheets. You can donate to plenty of COVID-19 charities. You can host a show. You can host a competing broadcast of this. I welcome many competitors. I welcome everyone. It's not competitors, because in the music, it's all about community, not competition. So I welcome anyone to stream music, to create a platform for artists to play, and to make sure that the love of music is continuing and it's reverberating. So check out the article on Market Watch if you want to learn more about some more systematic ways of helping artists. All right, next up, I want to say thanks to the folks at All About Jazz. If you're an artist, go there, make an artist page. If you're a patron, go make a donation. Great jazz journalism happening at All About Jazz. It started in 1995. They're celebrating their 25th anniversary. What do you get someone at the 25th anniversary? It's like, is it a sterling? Is it diamond? No, it's not diamond. Is it a turtle? Stay tuned. All right. So next up, we also launched a quarantine film series. So these are conversations with filmmakers who had their films accepted into top festivals like South by Southwest, the Tribeca Film Festival. Filmmakers spend a lot of time and money, years of their life, just like musicians, working on projects. And now it's very hard to find a sales agent. It's very hard to find a buyer for these films. So this platform, we're sharing it with filmmakers to let them talk about their movies and the movies that will be coming to your screens in the coming weeks and months ahead. All right. Next up, we have a word of the day. The word of the day, the artist, his name today begins with a J, and that's why we're going to do this word in his honor. And I think our artist, we just lost you, Juancho, on Instagram. So come back to Instagram and we'll add you back. So check out the word of the day. Let's see what it is. Jitterbug. Jitterbug is a lively, improvisational athletic style of dancing performed to syncopated music, which originated in New York in the 1940s and 1950s. Jitterbug. That is the word of the day. If you can tell me at the end of the broadcast What was the word of the day? You will get a prize. You will get a prize. So basically, what is the prize? It's a pop quiz. You will get a dog presenting you a trophy. And if you win it, you'll be known as the defending champion. And you'll have to defend your prize on the next broadcast. Jitterbug. All right, next up, where are we being broadcast? We're on the Facebook. We're also on the Twitter. We're also on the very delicious Instagram cracker, where I'm now going to invite my friend Juancho back onto the show. There you go. There you go. Also on the LinkedIn, and we're also on Periscope YouTube. I always like to do my Periscope. There's my up Periscope, and there's my down Periscope. Okay, and I also have a left Periscope and a right Periscope. Okay, you want to be on the show? Send an email to Sandra and Camilo and say, we would love to work with you in your studio and hire you to mix and master our next record. That's how you get on the show. You work with Sandra and Camilo, and there is preferential treatment. You work with Sandra and Camilo, we'll get you on the show. Also, but real, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and try to make it work, baby. You know, a lot of artists on the waiting list, but we'll try to make it work. All right. So with that, I want to welcome an incredible artist. I've been a fan of his for a few years now. And we've only recently been able to connect like this. This is one of the reasons I love the show, because you get to meet people and like hear their stories. And he's an accomplished singer, guitarist, composer, producer from Colombia, Venezuela. It's a mixture in his. You'll see. We'll learn about that. Okay. He's performed all over the world. He is currently in a very cosmopolitan city in Eastern Europe, in Budapest. So please welcome the remarkable, the talented, the acclaimed maestro virtuoso, Juancho Herrera. Welcome. Hola. Hola, hola.
How are you, Kabir? How are you doing? Can you hear
I'm
me?
good. I'm good. ¿Cómo está?
Very good. Good to hear you. We had a little bit of difficulties, but we're here now.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to meet you finally in the flesh. We exchanged a bunch of emails throughout the years.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So it's good to see you and to feel your vibe.
Totally. Tell me first, why Budapest?
Well, my wife is from here, and so my wife was here when the whole pandemic started, and I kind of realized that I don't know. I saw it coming. I thought, okay, they're going to close the borders. It's going to be this kind of thing is going to happen. Then I just bought a ticket with no penalty, for the date change, and I just saw it going, and I just was able to leave New York the day after they closed the flights inbound from Europe. So it was amazing that I made it in, I mean, and if not, it would have been like, 3 months away from my wife. You would not have been able to come back to New York. So that's why I'm here, basically, for love.
Yeah, Amor, I love it. So tell me, how has the quarantine affected your music career? What have you had scheduled that has been canceled?
Well, the whole music business has been changing so dramatically in the last few years that it's kind of like uh, it's really like everything has been going downhill in a way, and this is just pushed everything down. I had a couple of important concerts with Claudia Cunha, a singer that I work with for many years. I produced her latest album, which was nominated for Latin Grammys last year. One of the few female artists nominated in that category. And we had some shows in at the Jazz Standard in New York, and we had some other shows planned for the West Coast. And that's kind of like a big disappointment, because we been working for 15 years together, and this album really was very well received. So it was like starting her career again. In my own band, I have my own project, as you mentioned. I did a couple of tours last year, and I was really looking forward to do another tour this summer, in Europe, and obviously that's gone out the window. I'm producing the second album of my wife, which is a singer here from Hungary, and we're doing this beautiful project, which is a mixture of South American rhythms and traditional Hungarian songs, and we are releasing it in a couple of weeks. So we were like, just like programming a bunch of things. Last year we did the Carnegie Hall, so that project also was like going up. We did Carnegie Hall, we did a tour in Romania, we did a
Yeah.
bunch of things last year, and this was the year that all of those three projects were gonna get into a new level, hopefully. And now we'll have to wait.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, look, I appreciate you sharing that, and I think all of us are yearning for the time we can hear you play live because you really are so talented, and you have a great emotional effect when you play. What would you like to begin your performance with tonight?
So I'm gonna start with the song from my third album, El Mismo Sol, and this song is called Abre Camino. And in Venezuela, we have this music, which is music that is a little bit like a cowboy music. So it's the first thing that the cowboys in Venezuela, the llaneros, do. It's they milk the cows and they tell their problems to the cows, right? So it's kind of like a funny relationship they had. And so there is this music that is it's very spacey. And so this song started like that. It was a mantra to open the roads when the roads are clogged by either rain or something like that. And then it just morphed into more like a bluesy joropo kind of music, jazz. And so this is
Awesome.
how it goes.
You said you're. What I love about that your background is you're Venezuelan, Colombian. You're in Hungary. We were joking, a man without a country. I'm in Atlanta. You're in Budapest. For everyone watching at home, tell us where you're watching from. I want Juancho to know where his music is reverberating all over the world. If you're watching from Mars, we really want to know. So just drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from while they're joining us. Go ahead, Juancho. Vamos.
Loe, 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 loe. Ay, clavelito, 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 loe. Ay, clavelito. Yo te pido canción, clavelito. Ay, clavelito, clavelito, loe, loe. Y a la hora de abrir el camino, loe. Ay. Abre camino, abre camino, abre camino, calma la tempestad, para rayo y corta el frío. Abre cabeza, abre cabeza, abre cabeza, poesía que despierta, se desata el desafío. Abre destino, abre destino, abre destino, ¿para qué retener lo que nunca se ha querido? En esta vida se paga hasta el olvido, mejor no recordar ni juzgar al atrevido. Abre camino, abre camino, abre camino. Paso firme, cabeza, el viento me sopla en la cara y se lleva lo que digo. Lleva. camino, abre camino, abre camino. Calma la tempestad, para rayo y corta el frío. Loe, loe, clavelito, loe, loe.
Yes, sir. So good.
Thank you so much. Thank
So
you.
good. I only understood like a portion of it, and it was translating. The meaning was translating. The emotion was translating. You're getting a lot of love from around the world. Let me just show you
Thank you
some of
so
the
much.
people. We have West Hampton, New York, tuning in. Out in the
Yeah.
Hamptons, we have Milpitas, California. Of course, Megan Carroll. Bonjour, Megan. Out in New York. Home sweet home for you. What part of New York do you live, Juancho?
I live in Chelsea.
Nice part. Nice part. Also, Claudia Acuna, your bandmate.
Yeah.
See? Everyone.
Claudita, te quiero. I love you.
How about Texas? What was the last time you were in Texas? Donna is watching from Texas.
San Antonio was the last time I was there. If I was playing with Downs, I believe.
Yeah. Dario is watching Puente. Dario, great piano player. And
Yeah,
a
my
lot of love.
brother.
Look at all the applause you're getting from around the city. So tell me, Juancho, I want
Thank
you
you
to
so
talk
much.
to me about your most recent album that you put out. Walk me through the production process. What was the theme behind it, and what were you trying to explore musically in your last release?
Well, the last album that I did under my name was a couple of years ago. It's 2017. It's called Gaviero. And at that time, it was already almost 10 years or a little bit more that I was working with the same band for a few years. And we did a bunch of different things, but we needed an album that was very condensed, like within the unit of the band, So in that situation, I had Yayo Cerca on drums, which is also a brother from so many battles and situations. Ben Zwerin on bass from France, and Josh Deutsch on trumpet. And Keita Ogawa did a little bit of some percussions on top of it. But the chord band, had already been together for a long time, and I wanted to have some kind of a South American, bluesier, world music, jazz kind of sound. And Ben and Yayo come more from the heavier groove tradition, and Josh is incredible trumpet player and composer, and he comes from more from the avant-garde. And so I wanted to have that kind of like fluidity of a jazz record, but not necessarily with jazz songs and long solos, So I wanted it to be condensed in a way. And so, and the thematic part of the album was a tribute to a writer, a Colombian writer that passed away a few years ago that I loved. His name is Álvaro Mutis, and Álvaro Mutis is a character that it's very well known in the poets world and in the Latin American literature. He was best friends with Garcia Marquez, which is probably the most famous Colombian writer. So this guy, Garcia Marquez, basically looked up to Álvaro Mutis, but he was not as famous. So he wrote these stories about this character, the Gaviero, which is this guy, which is in the top of the boat, is the lookout. He's a sailor, and there is this image of, okay, he's a visionary. He can see more than the rest. But whenever he is in inland, he goes into conflict, right? And so, in a way, it reminded me just like the life that we have in New York. All of the artists are just like, trying to open up different venues of creation and to look further away. But it is a conflict just to be in a situation where you have to convince people of your vision. And so I wanted to do a tribute to the guy, and I also wanted to connect to some Colombian themes in that album. And
It's a
actually, the
beautiful.
song that I'm planning to go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a beautiful album. I strongly suggest everyone watching, please go to the link in the crawl, juanchoherrera.bandcamp.com, buy the music, stream the music. Also go to Spotify and subscribe to Juancho's Spotify so you get notified on any new music. But this is a must listen. I was listening to it earlier today, and really like the songwriting and the craft is really the highest level. So congratulations on such a wonderful album.
Thank you.
We have a question actually from Tokyo, saying what he wants to know. I can't read the name, but he says he wants to know where was the cross street of the album cover taken.
That it's in Lower Manhattan.
Rainy
That's
day
in
in
Lower
Lower
Manhattan, and,
Manhattan.
and that also it's another interesting. Yeah, and that's also another thing that I forgot to mention. Thank you for the question. The album actually came as a book, as a limited edition of a book, with pictures by a photographer friend of mine, Miguel Angel Yabrudes. So originally it was a book with a download code. In the book has pictures that accompany the songs, and so because the Gaviero also, this character is a man of the street. He's not like a Don Quixote, kind of like a naive person. No, his best friend it's a smuggler from Lebanon, and a madame from bordello in Eastern Europe. So he's a man of the street. And so that's the beauty of the Gaviero, is that this character, he's not naive. He's not like a romantic, but yet he embarks in the most romantic, crazy situations. So also that's why I want to have street photography as part of the package, right?
Yeah, beautiful. What would you like to play next for us?
So I would like to play another song from this album, actually. And this song I wanted to play because, again, with the Colombian theme in this case, this song was called it's called "Falsos Derroteros," which means the wrong paths. And so I wrote it when there was a peace agreement that was voted on in Colombia a few years back, and Colombia has the longest war in Latin America. Like you have like three armies basically, and so three or four armies, a bunch of armies. They have the paramilitaries, and then the guerrilla, and then the actual national Colombian army. And so they finally got together to the table, and people voted no. And so of course the peace process had probably some compromises that were not perfect, but people voted, because I interpreted that as voting because of fear instead of hope. And so I wrote this song, basically, hoping that we don't go through those wrong paths, because now, all this homophobia, this racism, this fear of the other, it's taking the world. We cannot allow that to happen. We have to go with hope. We have to believe that we can, at least tolerate each other. So that's the song.
Awesome. Almost.
Una promesa, una bala, una canción, y la gente afuera reza y reza. Un pálido adiós, caen las gotas de sudor, y las voces y las sienes desesperan. Ojos de miel, inundados de candor, herederos de mentiras y miserias. Si al cambiar la voz, si al abrir el corazón, logramos por fin y comenzar a amar primero la nada. millones que apostamos por la tregua. Por la tregua. Por la tregua. Por la tregua.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can't hear you, man. Everyone watching at home, you know what to do. If you type it, I will do it. So here we go. We have some applause. There's a fire. We have some muscles action. I think they want to see you flex.
I don't have much, bro.
I don't either. That's what it is. We got some Claudia's giving me some love. We have some applause on the left. Maxime's got you hooked up. Got some of this. I like to translate emojis into real action. So here's Claudia. All right. They love you, and they love you. I think maybe he's paused a little bit. Maybe we fried him with all of our applause. Did we lose Juancho? I think he looks frozen to me. Anyway, this is called Killing Time and Waiting for Juancho to come back. Hopefully, oh, now he's back. I think he's back coming back. We're going to try to unfreeze him. We have a very special microwave device that we put on people, and then they come back. Juancho, I think you have to kind of exit and come back. Yeah, here we go. Let me kick him. Let me kick him from this. Should I kick him from the studio? I think I'm gonna kick him from the studio and see if he can come back. All right. So he's gone. This is called troubleshooting. And what I like to do with troubleshooting is I like to say, this is a breaking story. Camilo and Sandra are shooting trouble. They see it. They have people in Budapest. This is like a Mission Impossible. We have someone in Budapest at the freaking parliament out there, and Camilo's like, call this phone number. We need to do that. Turn on the streaming. Disable the audio processing. We're going to shoot that trouble. I actually think the next Mission Impossible, Sandra Camilo should be part of it. Yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now we're back. See? It was a developing situation. Camilo, ever since you flexed, I think it was too much to handle. You flexing totally took it down, man. Turn down the flex, man. That was strong.
Yeah.
That was strong. While we're going, Shambu has a question. What are a few of your musical influences?
Well, there's definitely a bunch. I mean, definitely folkloric South American music. I grew up listening to a lot of I don't know, boleros, sones, vallenatos, tangos, all this kind of music. I mean, of course, I was a child of my time, so I was, in love with the Police. I still, love Sting and all that stuff. My background is jazz, so I did my due diligence. I really love improvisation and free music, but I just listen to a lot of different kinds of music. Anything from from I don't know, from Billie Eilish to Bartok. So I'm always trying to learn.
That's your next album. I'm telling you, it'll stand out. Billie Eilish to Bartok. All right. I'd love to see the sheet music for that. So, and you went to Berkeley, right? You spent time at Berkeley.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky enough to go to Berkeley in a time where it was like very, very affordable, and I had a scholarship, and times were totally different. I came to Berkeley just before they did the transition to the technological side. So I did catch a lot of the old timers of the jazz musicians. But I remember my last, I mean, you're going to laugh at this, but my last semester, I went to the learning center. They had a learning center. And I asked the guy, he was a Colombian, by the way. I said, man, I want you to teach me everything about computers because this is my last semester and I don't know anything. I've been just playing my guitar. And I just asked him, where is the power button? You know? Because it didn't say power, and so I couldn't even turn it on, so. But yeah, I went to Berkeley, and I come from songs, I love the Beatles, and I love telling a story. So I'm a guitar player that doesn't necessarily come from only listening to guitar players, although I listen to all of them and learn the solos. But my thing is about stories and telling songs. So I rotated to singers also. In South America, the female singer is the most powerful, and so I grew up listening to Mercedes Sosa, to Soledad Bravo, a singer from Venezuela, which is like really great. And so I started playing with a lot of them here there in the U.S. So I ended up working with Claudia Cunha, with Laila Downs, Marta Gomez, with a bunch of other. Sofia Rey is one of my best friends, Sofia Toselo. So I rotated to that world, and so some of the projects might have been a little bit more folkloric, some more experimental.
Yep.
And so that's my influence: the world music, South American music, and also the roots music. I love anything that it's I love the blues, and I love NOLA, New Orleans. And,
I love New Orleans. Yeah.
So and African music, a lot of African Umu Sangare. A lot of things. Yeah.
Man is very cultured, sophisticated man, cosmopolitan man. What do you drink? Do you drink something fancy, or do you drink like the cheapest beer?
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with something fancy. There you go. Okay. In Transylvania, they have this drink. I mean, it's all over Hungary, but in Transylvania, it's called exactly. It's a palinka, but I think that they have it here in Hungary as well. But the Transylvanian palinka is to die for.
This guy listens to world music and has Transylvanian drinks, and he go like this. Very fancy, very fancy. But I would love to have a drink with you in person one of these days. And that's what I love about your music. It is about the storytelling. Yeah. What would you like to see next, to play next? And by the way, Sandra, I see you yawning over there. I appreciate all your support.
Oye, Sandra, por favor. So I wanted to play a ballad. And this is a song that I learned playing with Laila Downs, and Mexican music, Mexican imagery was very big in Latin America. So you see, Venezuela and Colombia are in the top of South America. So we were under the influence of Puerto Rico and Cuba and Mexico, and also from Argentina and Chile and Peru, and Brazil. So we got all of that. So this song, it's a very old song, and it's a ranchera song, but I do it in a different way. I just recorded, and I just love playing this song. It's called "The Bed of Rock." So it basically says, my bed, where you put your, I don't know how do you call that in English, the part of, at the end of every bed you have that thing, how do you call that? I don't know. I mean, where you put your head it's going to be rock. So the woman that loves me has to really love me, because it's not going to be a comfortable bed. So that's how it goes. So it goes a little bit like this. Cuco Sánchez, he wrote this song. De piedra de ser la cama, de piedra la cabecera, la mujer que a mí me quiera, me ha de querer de a de veras. Corazón, ¿por qué no amas? Subí a la sala del crimen, le pregunté al presidente si era fuera delito quererte, que me sentencia a la muerte. Corazón, ¿por qué no amas? El día que a mí me maten, que sea de 5 balazos y estar cerquita de ti para morirme en tus brazos. Corazón, ¿por qué no amas? Por caja quiero un zarape, por cruz mis dobles cananas escriban sobre mi tumba mi último adiós con 1000 balas. Corazón, ¿por qué no amas?
So good. Juancho, I want to tell you something. Look at all the love you're getting. So we asked a question. To our audience while you were playing that song. And we gave them the option, what trophy. We love the song. What trophy should we present Juancho? And it was a choice between the Penguin Trophy and the Kitten Trophy. And for the first time ever, we'd like to present you the Kitten Trophy.
Wow.
You are the inaugural recipient of the Kitten Trophy.
Thank you so much.
El gato.
The only thing you can say about that, is
Yeah. Would you like to make a speech?
Well, I just like to let you know that it's not my fault that my fur is falling. It's just genetics.
But what makes it so unusual, is that Jean says, she said, don't just give him the Kitten Trophy. For the first time ever, we were so moved by your performance. We're going to give you both. We only give out 2 trophies to the artist. We're going to give you both trophies because we love that song and love you so much. In addition to the Kitten Trophy, you also get the Penguin Trophy.
All right.
Dude, how does it feel? How does it feel to be the first recipient of both trophies?
Well, I'm confused, man. It's just like my heritage, I mean, it's like Colombia, Venezuela, New York, Hungary. I just don't know anymore. Penguin, kitten, dog, I don't know, pig. I'm a vegetarian, actually, so.
These are all your animal kingdom here, big friends. So everyone watching, this is the first time in the quarantine concert series, both kitten, you're the defending holders of the Penguin and Kitten Trophy. There he is, right? So congratulations.
Thank you so
Yeah. So a few questions. Can't stop. A few questions coming in. Maybe we can do these as a lightning round because we're running a little short on time. So walk us through your songwriting process. What is your process? How do you go from aha moment to let's get that recorded?
Well, sometimes it's just a deadline. Sometimes it's like, in this album, Gaviero, I did something that for the first time that I've never done before, which is I came to the studio with songs that were not finished, two songs that were specifically not finished. And those ended up being the best songs of the album. But I knew exactly what I wanted to hear. So, but usually what happens is I'm on the street or with my guitar, usually before I start practicing, when I'm fresh, and then something comes up to me, and I just record it in my phone, and then that sample makes it to the computer, and then I work on it. And or sometimes it's just a lyric that I adapt to that. Or sometimes it's like my songs are really trying to dig into the psyche of being life, existentialism in a way. So I'm always thinking about these things, and then sometimes I said, you know what? I mean, I had a song about the whole conflict in the Middle East, because I felt like, well, when I first met Israelis, I didn't know any Israeli, and in Venezuela we have a lot of Lebanese and Iraqis, and they say to me, listen, let's go and have some Israeli food, and I look at it, and for me it was Arabic food, so Lebanese food. So there's so much in common that they have. Like it's like incredible. It's like for me, of course, it's very complicated, but those things like that, inspired me. And also when I have something to say about, I have to have something to say. Otherwise, I don't say it.
Right.
But for example, when I work with Claudia, it's a little different. When I work with Claudia, she has a melody, and we get together, and then we work with some chords, and a lot of the times we just improvise things, and then some idea comes in, and then she writes a lyric or a melody, and then I try to find the right emotion. At the end, it's trying to find the right support for the emotion that you're trying to transmit. So the music has to support the emotion. Sometimes you're mad and it's punk rock, and sometimes you're sweet and it's something like what I just played, and everything is valid.
Totally. All right. What kind of guitar are you playing? Jamie wants to know.
Okay, so I shouldn't. Maybe how do you? It's an acoustic guitar, Spanish flamenco guitar, and it's by an amazing maker from Spain. It's Conde Guitars, and you can find more about them. But they've been around for almost 100 years, and I was on tour actually with my wife. I think we were on tour, and then we ended up buying this guitar. She said, you have to have this guitar, So I ended up getting in it. I don't regret it at all.
What is that? Nylon strings on the guitar?
Nylon strings.
Got it. What was your first guitar?
Okay, so that's an interesting. My first interesting question. In Venezuela, we have an instrument called cuatro, which is a four-string instrument, and I usually describe it as a ukulele on steroids. It's a little bit bigger, and it's related to the Renaissance guitars that the Spaniards brought to America. And so that's an instrument that all the kids play. It's really like a toy. So that was the first instrument that I played. I didn't have one, but my cousin came to live with us, and he was playing the cuatro, and so he taught me the first traditional songs from Venezuela, and that was my first instrument. And then my dad played guitar, but my dad always thought that musicians were like, drunkards and drug addicts, and he never wanted me to be a musician. So, I ended up inheriting his guitar at some point. And so it was an acoustic Brazilian guitar, and then I convinced my mom to buy me an electric guitar, and that was a Yamaha guitar. And then I came to the U.S. and worked my butt off and bought like really nice jazz guitar, and then went through all the guitar players are like they are like drug addicts, but in that sense that they are addicted to buying instruments, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. What would you like to play next? I think we could probably fit in two more songs.
Two more songs.
What would
Okay,
you
I'll
like to
try
do?
to make it brief then. So I want to play the song. I want to play this song that I wrote for the Gaviero, for the writer, you know. So it's called Gaviero. So I'll tell the story of this man from the highest, the lookout of the boat that supposedly is a visionary and a man of knowledge, but whenever he gets into the land, conflict starts. Gaviero. Tal vez más lejos el sueño develará su mensaje, leves golpes de timón, su alma despertará en calma. Ansia de gaviotas anunciando ya el final del periplo, sombras, barcos que se pierden en alta mar, errantes y en tierra firme todo te deslumbra, amores y matices que van perdiendo ya toda su incandescencia. Selvas, ríos y pantanos, horas de alcaraván, hombres de metal, truenos, rayos y centellas, y la lluvia llega siempre con ilona. Sueña, Gaviero, tal vez más lejos. Sueña, Gaviero, tal vez más lejos. Con su calmo aliento en su mente evocará puertos y canales, pueblos, islas y paisajes. Desde la gavia se revelará y en tu dulce lecho se arropan de neblina dos cansados cuerpos sin necesidad de idiomas ni promesas. Velas desplegadas y el recuerdo de Abdul, lo que es tuyo no se va. Enfrente la ruta hay que navegar, hay que navegar. Tal vez más lejos, tal vez más lejos, hay que navegar, hay que navegar.
Yeah, my favorite one.
Thank you,
That's
man.
my favorite one. Oh, so good, so good. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful song, title piece. Beautiful, beautiful. I want to have you play one more, but before you play one more, let me get done with the end of the broadcast stuff. I want to thank Sandra and Camilo for their tech support. Let's put their website up on the screen. Soundworksrecording.com. If you're an artist and needs any kind of audio help, check out their website. And if you mention one of their two dogs, uh, Oreo or Maui, you discount. So two will, if you want to just pet the dogs, it's $5 per pet. You can make an appointment with one of the two dogs. Okay, we also have a winner in the Word of the Day contest. Claudia Miranda, you are the winner of the Word of the Day contest. You're right. The word of the day is jitterbug. So you get the puppy trophy. So the current holders are Claudia Miranda, dun, da, 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 Word of the Day winner. And of course, we have Juancho Herrera as the defending champion of the Penguin and Kitten trophies. So all the trophies have been awarded. All right. We'll find out tomorrow, Claudia, if you can defend your crown when we welcome. Oh, Gene Rose is here too. If you next tomorrow at 10 p.m. we have Dan Zanes, great children's, and Claudia Zane, Eliza Janes. That's it for me. Why don't we hear one more song and then we'll end the broadcast after that. Go ahead, Juancho.
Thank you. I just also wanted to thank you, Kabir and Sandra and Camilo. Thank you so much for having me. You're an amazing music supporter, and thank you so much for all you're doing for all the musicians. And I encourage you to support every musician that you know. Go to their pages, listen to their music, to their live streams and everything. This song, it's a song that it's called Familia. It's dedicated to my family and to Venezuela. And also dedicated to my wife because she really wanted me to do this song. Conmigo siempre yo voy llevando mi padre un 9 de marzo, el día que el mundo llegó llorando, y de seguro desde su cuna con su voz me vino arrullando, con su voz me vino arrullando. Conmigo siempre yo voy llevando la gran risa de mi madre, que a todos siempre despierta, que al final de la primavera el sol se va transformando para iluminar mis penas. Conmigo siempre yo voy llevando la imagen de mis abuelos, el sábado trabajando, mi abuela reza el domingo y mi abuelo va conspirando pa' que yo salga de abajo. Conmigo siempre yo voy llevando la borrachera de infancia, sabor a capín melao, Gulima no te he olvidado, Gulima no te he olvidado. De la mentira me voy librando, cuando abro yo bien los ojos, me reconozco en lo de mi hermano y el futuro será de él, y yo lo estaré mirando para seguirme inspirando. Y muchas cosas vengo cargando, el olor después de la lluvia, el rico sabor del mango, el con leche de la esquina. Venezuela no te he olvidado. Wow. Y muchas cosas de adentro yo vengo cargando, el olor después de la lluvia y el sabor del mango, la mirada de alguna niña que en cada esquina me va enamorando, la costa larga, la más linda que he visitado, el tambor a punto de estallar de un moreno bien dedicado, la gana del trabajador que a la ciudad se va enfrentando, y desde temprano pueblo va susurrando, ah, mi padre un 9 de marzo, el tambor que resuena el día de mi santo, San Juan, San Juan todo lo tiene, San Juan todo lo da, pídele con fe caballero y te concederá, quiérela, quiere a tu familia si no se muere, quiérela, no te olvides de dónde vienes, quiérela, oye que mira te digo mi nene, quiérela, quiere, Johnny Moreno, oye que mira Darío también, quiereme a Kabir, mira, Sandra, si te digo, mira, mira, te digo yo otra vez. Pa, 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 para, pa, 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 ra, pa, para, pa. Camilo y Sandra, mira, yo te digo aquí, qué bueno verlos si yo lo... Ah. Quérela, quiere, ah, quérela, quiere, quérela, quiere, y ya me fui, quérela, quiere.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Let me turn my camera on here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was amazing. That was Familia performed by the incredible Juancho Herrera with a special guest appearance of Sandra and Camilo in the middle of the song. I love it. I love it. Actually, I have to confess, Camilo and Sandra, I was the one that put you on the screen because you were singing about them, and it's so kind of you to do that. You're such a special, sweet person. Everyone, please check out. Please check out the incredible website panels. Really a pleasure to have you on. You're welcome anytime. Can't wait to see you play live, my friend. And all the best. Stay well and stay home.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. That's all we have today. Now we can bring them in. I want to thank the incredible Sandra and Camilo for making this production happen. I really, especially, we're working on a 24-hour. We're working on another project. Tomorrow, we're going to be broadcasting a 24-hour live stream in conjunction with the World Economic Forum based in, I think they're based in Switzerland. So you can check out the World Economic Forum social media accounts, and they are producing like 50 people in a row. It's ridiculous. If you want to do something like this, Sandra and Camilo. All right? Good night, everyone.